Hello, all YouTube viewers. This is world famous folk artist Dennis Ramsay of Kemptville, Nova Scotia, Canada. If you ever want a folk art painting or an abstract art painting, call me at 902-365-5044. Anyhow, you can subscribe to my videos on the YouTube channel. There's art videos, singing videos, talking videos. Always give me a thumbs up on my videos, please. It's a cold day today in the town of Kemptville, but I decided to comment on the Charles Manson funeral. I find it very disgusting that grandson Jason Freeman would have his grandfather embalmed and then cremated. That is so cruel and inhumane and damn right stupid. Yes, stupid. Anyhow, it's disgusting. Charles Manson should have been buried on November the 20th, 2017. He died on November the 19th, 2017. He deserved a proper funeral with a casket and a tombstone in a nice cemetery. I think it's cruel and inhumane how the Charles Manson family buried their grandfather, Charles Manson. Anyhow, I was a pen pal of Charles Manson back in the 1980s. And Charles Manson was a good human being. Yes, he committed some crimes, but he was not the serial killer or mass killer the California media made him out to be. The worst thing Charles Manson ever did, he shot a Black Panther once in the stomach with a .22 handgun, but he didn't kill him. Charles Manson never killed nobody. The world media made a monster out of a petty criminal that committed some minor crimes and crimes that were not that serious. Charles Manson committed crimes of pimping, forgery, theft, but he was not a mass killer or a serial killer like the world media made him out to be. Anyhow, Jason Freeman, the grandson of Charles Manson, should be ashamed of himself for giving Charles Manson a bad funeral. Charles Manson died on November 19th, 2017, and should have been buried on November the 20th or 21st of 2017 in a proper casket with a nice tombstone and footstone in a nice cemetery. They did not honor Charles Manson the proper way. I'm disgusted with the California courts and the Jason Freeman family of Charles Manson. You guys should be ashamed of yourself for sending Charles Manson off in a bad funeral and to embalm him, then cremate him. That's cruel and inhumane and just wrong, wrong, wrong. This is Dennis Ramsay's opinion. I'm sure the world probably agrees with me. Charles Manson should have had a proper funeral with a nice tombstone and casket in a nice cemetery where people can go mourn and pay tribute to Charles Manson's memory and respect him in death. This is Dennis Ramsay's opinion. Anyhows, I'd like to hear everybody else's opinion on the Charles Manson funeral and burial. I think it was cruel and inhumane, and like I said before, Charles Manson should have been buried on November the 20th or the 21st, 2017. 113 days later, they bury him, but to make it even worse, they embalm him, then cremate him. That is cruel and inhumane and damn right stupid. Stupid. The Charles Manson family should be ashamed of themselves. If I would have been the grandson of Charles Manson or a brother or family member, I would have gave him a proper funeral back in November 20th, 2017. I would have buried him in a nice casket and gave him a nice tombstone or footstone where people could go to the cemetery and mourn Charlie Manson's memory. This is Dennis Ramsay's opinion. Anyhow, I'm a world famous folk artist. I was a pen pal of Charles Manson back in the 1980s. And anyhow, I think it's a shame what the Charles Manson family did to Charles Manson. And I also think the courts of California need their head examined. They need to give him a proper funeral back November 20th, 2017. No matter if you're a criminal or a prisoner, you deserve a proper funeral with dignity and honor. This is Dennis Ramsey's opinion. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's art videos, singing videos, talking videos. And always give Dennis Ramsey a thumbs up on my videos. Yes, I'd appreciate that. A thumbs up on Dennis Ramsey's videos on the YouTube channel. Also watch the Stoner Van Houten show. He has a lot of good videos on Spahn Ranch in California. I salute you, Stoner Van Houten. You have a great show, great. I give it a thumbs up. I watch the Spahn show, Worker show, all the time. Stoner Van Houten, please keep up the good work on your show, and you take care. And let's honor Charles Manson in the right way and respect his memory. But, like I said, I was disgusted with the Jason Freeman grandson of Charles Manson for dishonoring the memory of Charles Manson. He deserved a proper funeral with a tombstone and footstone in a nice cemetery where the world could mourn and honor Charles Manson. This is Dennis Ramsey's opinion. Anyhow, Charles Manson was not the monster that the world media made him out to be. He wasn't a mass killer or a serial killer. He never killed nobody. He's not a murderer. He wasn't a murderer. Charles Tex Watson is the one that delivered all the fatal blows and all the family killings. Charles Tex Watson was the bad guy, not Charles Manson. Anyhows, I hope I straightened out that for the world record right now. Anyhows, you take care, have a nice day. Peace out, world famous folk artist Dennis Ramsey. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always give me a thumbs up on my videos. Thank you very much, appreciate it. And a wink from Mom.